Why you screenshotting that?
Oh, you could see when they opened it, but that's Instagram too.
Instagram too, or
it'll show you
the
the
scene shit.
Yeah, that's true. But you could take that off. The scene shit, I have mine off.
Really? Oh, so that's why you be so secretive, bitch.
Yeah, you could take that shit off.
Look at you. Still being secretive and shit.
You know me, boy. I know my ways. Feel me?
I'm following you.
Oh shit.
Anyways, you guys wanna we're gonna talk about an album now.
Yeah, NLE's album.
I know you guys are
Yeah.
excited about this one. We have
So
You
it
know
came
what?
out. It came out. What's today?
2
The
days
9th.
ago.
It came out the 7th. Yeah, the 7th.
Okay, we're gonna start a new segment on our show called Rate the Album.
Rate the album.
I'm gonna fucking come up with a funnier name later on because he's coming up with that spot.
Alright.
So I'm gonna give you guys about just 2 minutes. 2 minutes
For what?
to discuss on the album.
Damn.
Okay.
2 minutes each, or just 2 minutes in general?
2 minutes. You 2 minutes.
Okay.
You 2 minutes.
I just get 1 minute. I get 1 minute because it's not that much.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, okay. 1 minute.
But I do want to add something onto it.
Yeah,
after-
and then
after
I'll add
discussing
5
the album.
minutes for you to have a together discussion.
Okay.
And you put your differences aside.
Alright.
Put your differences into what you didn't like about the album. Okay.
But I want to talk about NLE too for a second.
And then we talk about it after we rate the album.
All right. Start the second.
So we're gonna rate it from a scale of 1 through 10.
Okay.
Okay.
And I speak about the album.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give you a minute.
Or just do this so you don't have to hear the alarm. And then once this turns
Okay.
on.
Okay.
Start
1,
it.
2, 3, go.
All right. So with the rate.
Not the rate. Yeah, I want you to talk about.
Oh, you want me to talk about the album first?
Yeah.
All right. So the first couple of songs in the album, I didn't really like it. Like the first 4 or 5 songs, I wasn't feeling it. It started off slow. It was weird. Like he was testing out a new style because he had the auto tune in his voice, and that shit was different. But I wasn't feeling it. But then as you get to the middle section of the album, so from song 8 to 15 or 16, that shit was fire. Heat, straight heat. He did good, and that's when he really I feel like that's you could hear the progression of him in the auto tune because he's still stuck with the same style and the same flow, but he kind of was mastering it. And then towards the end as well, it was really good. And he has one song where he's telling a story, and that shit was fire. His storytelling is really good about the album. So I would give it overall I rate the album a 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, that shit was good.
8.5. 8.5. Whatever it's good.
It's gonna be hovering above my head. Alright, there you go.
Alright, right on the dot. Alright.
8.5.
What about you?
Basically the same thing that Steven said. The beginning was a little soft, little auto tunage, here and there, and then as you start going down, it gets harder and harder. And we played it in the car the other day, and as soon as Shotta 4 came on, we lost it because that shit was fucking hitting. And so, yeah, he knows how to spit for sure. He be spitting for somebody our age,
Yeah, that's
know what we're talking
facts.
about.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, the storytelling one, Murder Talk, right? Murder Talk, he knew how to tell a story in that one. That was a good ass story. But I think my favorite Shotta 4 was
That was your favorite too?
that was my favorite one.
The album?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that song too.
His beats too. Except for some of the ones in the beginning were good since they're still soft. They're gonna be of course soft too, but they're still hard. So yeah, for the rate, I'll give it a 9.
A 9?
So now, since you guys are giving you a different rate, I need to ask you this question. Why do you give it an 8.5, and why do you give it a 9? Why are you giving that extra?
You can start.
I can start. For me, my music taste is very weird and different, as you guys know from my playlist and shit. So his album is basically somewhat of my music taste. It can start from soft and then slowly going into the harder shit, And the only reason I didn't give it a 10 is because some of the songs in the beginning of the album weren't good enough, soft enough for me actually get into, and then switch off to hard shit.
You like the transition, basically.
Yeah, basically.
What about you?
So for me, I gave it an 8.5 because the there was a couple songs where you could kind of seem like he was just fucking around. This is one song he made with the girl. I don't know,
Bro,
that shit
girl
was
ruined that
ass.
song,
Nah, she
bro.
ruined it, but at the same time,
What girl?
I don't know her name. She's like, I guess, an upcoming artist that he's trying to put on, but I didn't really like the song. She her verse was trash. And the chorus of it, I was not feeling that shit either. It was kind of ass, but it was good. But he could have done better.
Yeah.
He could have done better.
So you see more potential into it that he didn't put into the album.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's only because he was experimenting with a different sound too. Because if you hear this like track, like this whole album, it's more like him vocal. Like he did have some drill rap type shit, but
He's not drill rap though.
He's not drill rap, but there was some songs where he was like
hitting
going crazy. But
that's his style.
Exactly, but it was some songs where he was more vocally like as a chorus, and it's maybe some of his verses too. He was very more like singing type shit, which I'm guessing he was experimenting too. But it was good, but it could have been better.
What are like some downfalls, like downs?
Some
of
features like that.
the albums.
Some features, yeah,
The auto tune wasn't on point.
yeah. For some songs, the auto tune wasn't really there. But it was too strong. Like he had put too much auto tune on him.
Like he was hitting like T-Pain type beats. And
Yeah, it's some weird ass shit.
Best song of the album, worst song of the album.
Best song.
the song Shout Out for me.
Shout out for you.
Yeah. Worst is the one with that girl.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
you hit
the,
that girl,
yeah,
bro.
that was the worst for me too. I didn't like that song at all. But for the best song, it was either Murder Talk or Shout Out for I like those two.
Best part of the album.
Yeah, those two songs.
The best part, like what was like? You're like, damn.
Probably the weight.
Like you know how I asked you to down. Now you have to
Oh
ask
yeah,
me.
the amount of songs they had, 20
Oh.
songs. I like how I liked how because he did like made us wait for like a long ass time for an album, especially after his
I think it was worth the wait.
his
I
mixtape.
mean, he wanted to wait. He wanted to produce something
Exactly,
good,
especially
because
after
he
his
was young
mixtape
and-
of what's that shit Cotton fuck, I don't remember the name, but it was his mixtape, and then we waited like a good like almost year for this album, which I feel like it was worth it. And at least he made it long. It was 20 songs.
Yeah.
So
I think it was worth the wait for sure.
yeah, I think it was too. It was definitely.
I mean, he's a young artist, and he probably wanted to release a good project before was drop. Like people are be dropping albums just to drop albums. And it
Exactly.
shouldn't be the case. Artists should just drop an album when they're ready for it, and then when they actually worked super hard and they dedicated themselves into putting the best out of their like music and like theme on their like persona into like what they are as an artist into this one little bundle of like music. And I think that he wanted to stick the time because he was young, and then he got off when he was young. He was like literally our
He
age.
was 16.
He was 16, and that's like so much pressure on like a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah.
And he's taking it so well too.
Yeah,
Like,
he is.
He's
doing
not
really
taking
well
any.
with it.
He's taking drugs. He's probably smoking. weed.
Yeah, he be smoking.
He's smoking.
I'm
weed.
sure he used to pop Zans and shit. I don't know if he does anymore, cause he be rapping about it. So I'm pretty sure he do.
And he's taking the fame really good as an artist.
Yeah.
Oh
Overall.
yeah, he just became a dad too.
He's a what?
He just became a dad.
Oh yeah, he had a daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he said with his daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably some reasons he probably didn't even plan. Probably the daughter at 16, but
Oh,
it
I don't know.
happens. He was living in a tough situation. Good
Mhm.
thing he came up with a shot of flow
Yeah.
because that shit blew up like
that
a
shit,
big-
yeah, that put him on.
Because literally, I saw the video only had 200K views. I look at it the next day, 12 million views.
Yeah, that shit
I
blew
was
up
like,
back
yo,
quick.
no way. I used
She pour her heart away. I just remind her for my son. She is